Ruth Hartunian Alaba, otherwise known as Ravings and Cravings, here with you again on another Monday late night afternoon. It was almost like daytime when I was driving here. I can't believe that. I'm really not ready for summer or even spring. I like the darkness, actually, to tell you the truth. I think it's great because nothing grows and I don't have to mow my lawn. But anyway, that's a rabbit trail we don't want to go down. I'm here with Bill McMullen and Brittany Brayman, who are going to be talking about their company, High Vibes Sea Moss, but I'm going to put a couple plugs in at the front end first. First of all, thank you to Elm Discount Package Store for sponsoring this program. Thank you so much for your support. And then tomorrow, which is Tuesday, I will be one of the judges at the Yukon Culinary Olympics in their new kitchen facility. And I'm very excited because I will be judging the boiling point competition where the teams of 3 chefs will get all these mystery ingredients and they'll have to create 3 tapas for judges to judge. The event is all day. The morning has a recipe contest. The public gets to try all the food that's created in the morning, and so you will not leave hungry. Come and go as you please. So if you see me and if I see you, I won't know you unless you come and say hi. So please come say hi. All right, here we go. High Vibes Sea Moss. Oh, it's just vibe, not vibes. All right. There we go. Welcome, you guys. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Let's get the important information up front, and then we're going to talk about so many things. We don't hardly have enough time to even go through all the important stuff. But tell us where people can find you. Social media, anywhere.
All right. You can find us on Instagram, High Vibes Sea Moss. We also have a website, highvibeseamoss.com. And I actually work at the Willimantic Food Co-op right here at the heart of Willimantic. So I'm kind of easy to find. I work in the front end. So if you are familiar with me or want to know more, I'm easy to find over there.
So ask for the Sea Moss girl?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So, that's kind of helpful because this is kind of uncharted territory. This is kind of new stuff. And so I want you to talk about the process as far as like what it takes to get your product to the consumer. So let's talk through that.
Sure.
All right. So we source our sea moss from 2 different locations. We get it from the warm waters of St. Lucia for its genus Gracilaria, which is a gold sea moss. And then we also get Chondrus crispus from the North Atlantic in Canada. And then we get it dried and we rehydrate it.
So I'm going to we can hold up the dried stuff here.
Yeah, that's great.
These guys brought in all these amazing visuals. So you really need to see this on YouTube because I don't know, how do you describe this?
It's pretty cool, yeah.
It looks like, dried brain if you're in a science lab. But anyway, I have 2 glass jars with 2 kinds of sea moss that I'm going to hold up so people can see. So you go ahead and go on.
Yep, the gold one is genus Gracilaria. That's the one that's found in St. Lucia. And the one in your left hand, the purple one, is the Chondrus crispus that's found from Canada.
And so we receive it sun-dried, just like you see it there. And then our second process, once we receive it, is to rehydrate it back into its original form.
All right, Matt, stay behind that camera because there's lots of visuals. Thank you, sir. Here we go. So here's what it looks like hydrated.
Yep.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. I'm not sure what that looks like. But anyway, go on.
And then after that, it goes through a quick boiling process to and then blend it up, and then that turns it into a gel. And we also we mix it with local organic fruit if possible, local.
Yeah, wow.
Otherwise, always organic fruit. For our fruit blends, for our tea blends, instead of using water, we brew up a tea and blend it with the tea. Blend that with the sea moss.
So is this the next step? Is this what we should look at right here?
Yeah,
Yes,
so that's the final product.
All right. So the final product is beautiful, vibrant colors, bright pink, and I think this would be like a teal. I'm holding up 2 jars of the already ready to go, ready to buy product. And what is the application for what I'm holding? Like, how do I use this?
So to use it, you can eat it by the spoonful. Serving size is typically 1 to 3 tablespoons, but because it is a type of red algae, it's a seaweed, it's safe. You can kind of consume as much as you want.
Listen to your body.
Yeah, you just listen to your body. You can take as little as a teaspoon, and we've heard great benefits just from that, and it's the daily consumption that's the most important. And we've also had friends, and we've done it ourselves, where we eat a whole jar or a half a jar as a meal replacement, and that will keep you sustained, energized. It Yeah, it
feels
fills you up.
great.
Yeah, it really
So
does.
yeah, so why sea moss? Now explain to the people who are listening, people who are, we all got to eat. We all have to nourish our bodies. We all have choices to make.
Yep.
Some of us make better choices than others. Some of us not so much. So what are you hoping to bring to the table, proverbial table, as far as how this will affect the person who's using the product?
So what sea moss has it's full of trace minerals, and because of non-regenerative soil practices, we've stripped a lot of the minerals from our soil, thus leaving our bodies left with mineral deficiencies ourselves. So our next best source to get these minerals from is the ocean.
And so a couple leading causes of disease in the body is lack of minerals and also excess mucus buildup. And sea moss is also known as a mucus expectorant that can help rid
Really?
that extra stuff that could be causing us harm either now or in the long run.
So okay, go ahead.
Oh no, I was
Sorry.
just going to say that these trace minerals help to activate enzymes that do the work for the body. You need these trace minerals to make vitamins. So if you're a vegan, you need cobalt, which is a trace mineral found in sea moss, to convert to make B12, which most vegetarians and vegans are deficient in.
So you did tell me about, before we got on the air, you're doing fine. Doing fine. This is a little nerve-wracking sometimes, but you're doing fine.
Cool.
You did tell me a little bit about how, like, you could eat half a jar. A jar is how many ounces?
8 ounces.
8
8
ounces,
ounces.
yep.
But you were also saying that, is this like the jam version? Like
Yep.
that you put it on, like you can put it on anything?
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you could eat it by the spoonful. You could use it as a jam replacement. I've heard people using it on toast, in granola, over yogurt. We have friends that have also done great drink mixes, like using it in
Mix it with
lemonades.
lemonades. Yeah.
Freaking amazing.
Really? Oh,
Really,
that
really
sounds
good.
interesting.
Yeah, and you can use it topically as well. So we recommend not necessarily a fruit blend or even a tea blend, but we offer sea moss on its own, where it's just blended with spring water and fresh squeezed organic lime juice, and it's good to use topically on skin and hair.
And you
For-
can also freeze it, which ends up making
really?
like a nice
Yeah.
shaved ice type of texture.
So, like, what skin issue would I have an issue that I would apply sea moss? Or is it just a normal everyday thing? Do you do it on your face, on your arms?
So your skin is your largest organ, so it's gonna be able to absorb those minerals easiest if put on topically like that.
Well, and you were talking also about how you can apply it to your hair. So what is that about? That to me is very interesting.
Oh my gosh, it's so fun.
Do you put it on your hair, Brittany?
I
Can
do.
I touch your hair?
Of
Does
course
it make
you
it
can.
it makes it softer.
It does.
Nice.
I just recently started doing it topically, where I've consumed it for so many years myself, and that was just my way of doing it. And over like the last few weeks, honestly, I'm like, you know what, I need to change this up a little bit. I feel like I need to like treat myself and kind of like a spa day kind of deal. And so yeah, I took an original sea moss that I had in the fridge, and I took probably about 4 ounces to my hair, just starting from the
She has really
tips
long
and-
hair, like almost halfway down her back.
Yeah, I
right?
have very long hair.
Very long, yeah.
But yeah, I started from the tips and went all the way to my scalp, give myself a nice head rub, and twirled up my hair for about 45 minutes. And I just washed it out with warm water, and I just felt so rejuvenated. My hair had like a bounce to it. Sometimes my scalp does get dry, especially in the winter.
Yeah.
And that really felt like it just kicked everything up a notch moisture wise. So it felt really good, and I got like 3 more days out of it where I didn't have to wash with shampoo. So for me, that was a big win. So
Save some of the product, save some money on that.
yeah, and I don't know, in my perspective is, or at least for me, I try not to use too much shampoo. I don't know, I think my hair feels better
Wanna
going more
strip the
natural.
oils out of your
Yeah,
hair. Yeah.
exactly.
All right, so tell us again the name of your company, and let's say someone wants to order some or try some or taste it. I'm going to taste some stuff, and I have never tried anything like this. So to me, this is like going on a vacation without packing my suitcase.
It even looks like a vacation.
It does, and I did take some pictures, and hopefully I'll get a few more. I will post them so that people can get a visual, because we are highly visual creatures.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
But like, tell me about like the flavors that you have. What do you have to offer as far as like what I would be eating?
So we have our two very popular fruit blends are the Blue Dream and the Divine Dragon, which are both pineapple banana bases.
Okay.
And there's never any artificial colors, flavors, or preservatives used with
Wow.
our sea moss gel. The blue that you're seeing there is blue spirulina added to it.
Oh, interesting.
So the
Okay.
extract of spirulina, they extract the blue portion of that, and we use that. And then the pink one is your dragon fruit extract.
Nice. I didn't ask you earlier, but I was going to ask you if you do anything with dragon fruit.
Oh yeah,
But you get brownie points for dragon
a
fruit.
lot of people like the
Definitely.
dragon fruit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Do you guys have a certain favorite that you like?
It depends on
Yeah.
the day, but
yeah.
the Irish ginger is really good. That's
Yeah.
just straight conscious crispus, and ginger, which is ginger's known as like what do I want to say? Like Nate. I forget what I was gonna say. It's like the original turmeric. Ginger is found in the wild, whereas turmeric is cultivated by us. So I like to
Okay.
think of ginger as the king of the anti-inflammatories. So I think that the mixture of the saltiness of the sea moss blended with the spiciness of the ginger, and then blended with some local honey from Shook's apiaries, you get a blend of sweet, spicy, and salty that kind
Nice.
of works
Yeah.
really well together.
And I'm going to just read off some of the other names of the gel. You have Egyptian blue lotus. You have butterfly pea flower. Is that called mullein leaf?
Yep.
Is that what that is?
Mullein.
And then berry blessed. So you have quite a few flavors. And
That's a strawberry sunrise.
where can people get your product?
So you can get our product off of our website, so highvibecmos.com.
Okay.
You can also check us out on Instagram and just follow us there, and you can also message us. And otherwise, like I mentioned before, I work at the co-op, so you could always meet me in person. Got business cards, our phone numbers on that too. So I feel pretty versatile and easy to get a hold of.
Easy to get a hold of.
Yeah. Also, I'd like to add too that we blend every week. So we don't keep any product on hand, and we blend every Monday fresh to order.
Yep.
So if we have orders that week, we're blending.
Wow,
So, yeah.
guys. That's
Yeah, I never
a
keep
very
anything
high-
overhead. It has to be fresh to
Very
order.
high touch kind of process. How long did it take you to create this product? How many years? And like, what were you doing before High Vibe CMOS? You guys are old enough to have been doing something else before you arrived to CMOS land. So
Yeah.
what do you think?
I did your typical construction work, and I grew up thinking, hard work works. And I've been blending this for about 15 years now,
Wow.
having it personally for myself, just because it's a staple in my diet. It makes me feel amazing. It helps with recovery. So many things. It's so versatile. And I never thought that I could start a business that would be easy like this, but it doesn't have to be hard anymore. Hard work doesn't have to be the only work. So took what I love and want to share it and make it exciting, fun. The colors are supposed to be geared kind of towards kids, get them away from candy.
I'm a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah,
It's
big
geared
kid.
for everybody. It pulls everybody in.
So construction for you.
Yep.
And then how about you? Like, how did you get to this point?
well-
And if, you know what, if I ever ask anything that's not, like it's a sacred thing and you don't want to say, you can just say you can pass. It's all right.
You're totally fine.
All right.
I have always worked with food. So I actually used to be a store manager for Aldi, the grocery store Aldi.
I love Aldi.
Yeah, they're pretty great. Definitely just a different type of lifestyle with food. So that's a corporate ran.
Right.
I learned so much. It was very fast paced. I managed a lot of people, managed a lot of products, a lot of inventory, and I just learned the ins and outs kind of managing a business. And so, Bill and I got together about 5 years ago, and like also for me growing up, I've always had a challenging relationship with food, where I didn't have as much respect because I didn't grow up with it in that way, and I always knew I could do better, like for myself, feel better, and it's just I felt like I needed to surround myself with other people who could influence me in that way, and then I found this guy, so I found this one, and he introduced CMOS into my life, and that that did change me quite a bit in my health journey. I've lost over 30 pounds, and that was
Really?
that one of the main staples is the sea moss. So meeting this guy, the sea moss being an everyday thing, and then I think just with my managing experience and both of us feeling like we feel like we have so many skills, but like we don't know if we want to work for anyone anymore, like not fully, like we want to give back and we want to contribute and we want to be part of a community and all that. But like there was just something itching inside of us that's like, okay, we can totally do something else and do it ourselves. And so 2023.
Not only that, we want the best. We want to have the best.
Right.
So
Definitely.
we're going to source the best quality and the best ingredients
Right.
to feed ourselves the best.
Right.
Yeah, well, I want to try some of that best today on the
good.
air before we
Let's do
run
it.
out of time. So, what would you suggest, or should I just pick a random something? I'll try anything. You just tell me.
Well, if you like anything more subtle, right, your cheese.
I'm gonna try two things.
Yep.
Let me try a subtle thing, and then something that's more vibrant in flavor.
I would go with
Okay.
the strawberry sunrise for a flavorful one,
Yeah.
and then mullein leaf I think is a really just very nice tea-like
Okay, I'll try
flavor.
with that one. And you did say that you could mix this in with like hot water.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, you just put it on the little stick here, and
Yep.
That's it.
all right.
And
I
eat
always
it.
smell things, so
Yeah.
nothing personal.
That's fine.
Matt, do you want to? There's two of the same here. Do you want to try with me?
I'll try it.
Have you had mullein leaf tea before?
No, I have not.
Okay.
So this is a totally new kind of thing, and so this is like I'm on vacation. Right
All
now.
right.
This is mullein in gel form.
Yes.
So
What is-
it's the coolest thing.
What is mullein though? Is it a? It is a
Mullein
leaf.
leaf
Yeah.
is typically
leaf.
is usually traditionally used
Smells
for
good.
lung detoxification.
Oh, I
It's
thought it
those
was.
big fuzzy leaves that you see.
I thought it was gonna be like applesauce, but it's like a Jello jiggler.
a
Like
lot
that.
of other
little bit, yeah.
competitors is very liquidy and slimy like texture,
it's not.
where they are mixing their sea moss with a lot of water, and they're watering it down so much so that it's that liquidy. Whereas I like to say we kind of have like the Dairy Queen flip, like you should be able to flip it and it shouldn't be splashing around.
Right.
It's it's nice and smooth, and it tastes a little bit like a little like apple-ish, but a little datey.
Yep, there are dates
date in there?
used. Yep, date
There's
used
date.
for sweetener.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
It's really good.
it
Thank
is
you.
good.
Awesome.
So, like,
Thank you.
could I take the little, like, how big is this container? Let's describe, like...
That's a
that-
1 ounce
It's 1
container,
ounce,
so yeah, that is about a serving, 2 servings.
So would I dump this in, like, hot water?
Yeah.
If I wanted mullein tea?
Yeah, if you wanted
Could
to.
you do that?
Yeah, I wouldn't turn the water into a mullein tea per se, but you would get a watered down.
It would be just very
Version.
watered down. Yep.
Yeah.
It's a nice flavor. It's not too sweet. All right, I'm going to save some for later, but now I want to try something that's more...
A little more flavorful.
All right.
I mean, I thought, when I think sea moss, I think it's going to taste like seaweed salad.
Right.
Nope.
And
But it's not.
Right.
Not
and
anymore.
so that was one of the things,
finished.
one of the things that we took into account when we were coming up with how to present our sea moss to everybody else. Because we knew for us in the beginning it was really difficult. The smell, the taste, the texture.
Texture was huge.
So it was really
Just
just
rubbery. If it,
If you put too little water, it's very hard-like and dry.
Yeah.
It seems very dry when you have it. If you put too much water, it's very watery and
It can be slimy, and then also it was super chunky. Just how we started, like we didn't have a very good blender, and I think that's what a lot of people run into because there's other people that try to rehydrate and blend their own sea moss, and that's a lot that we end up hearing about.
So, in this little 1 ounce container, do you know how many calories this is?
I believe there's only about 5 calories in the whole 8 ounce jar.
In
It's
the whole
very
jar?
low calorie.
Oh my
Yep.
gosh. I'm kidding.
yeah, it's so good.
Okay, I'm going to try something else. Which is the next thing I should try before we run out of time?
The strawberry sunrise was from last week, but the
That's this
flavor
one?
is really nice.
Matt, you want to try it, or
Yeah.
are you mossed out?
No, actually, I'm surprised how good it was.
Oh.
No offense.
These are even better.
You're
even
surprised.
better.
So it says 2 tablespoons, you'll get 4.9 calories. So
Wow.
Yeah, so that's our fruit blend,
Well, that
which is a
smells
little more
nice.
exciting and really
Yeah.
a lot more
Is there banana in
flavorful.
there too?
Yep.
There's a slight amount of banana for the texture. And I'm working on
Yeah.
It's in my food.
Yep.
I'm working on because I'm finding out that a lot more people are allergic to bananas. So I'm
Really?
working on making an option using an applesauce to get similar texture, but minus the
Yummy.
banana.
That was really good.
Thank you.
Could you could put this in the freezer.
Yes.
Yep.
That would be really nice. Like
It's
a,
like
in the
a shaved
summer.
ice. It's
Oh
so
yeah,
good.
it's so good.
Right?
Yep.
So good.
But I
Yep.
would need like more than 1 ounce.
And that's okay.
It's in the works.
Yep.
It's in the works.
Do you think that you would ever sell product in a pouch so that like I could take it home and I could put it in my ice cube tray or something like?
Already read in my mind.
Oh, really?
There's
Oh, yeah.
there's things in the works.
There's ice pops
Yes.
in the works for
No,
this
so
upcoming
that would be
summertime.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you want to spill any more of anything else of what's in the works, or do you want to make it a surprise? I don't.
There's a lot of good stuff coming up in the CMOS.
This guy's full
Genre.
of ideas. It's never ending with the ideas. So
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
pretty great.
This is really, it is really remarkably good.
Thank you. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's your eating seaweed.
Yeah, that's seaweed. Exactly. And so
Well-
that's why we get so excited, honestly, whether you've had sea moss before or not, because it's like, oh, yes, you've had sea moss, you have to try ours. And, oh, you haven't? It's not what you think. Trust me. But yeah, it's either organic or local fruit, like Bill said, or we brew up the tea and we just blend that with the sea moss, and it totally takes away any seaweed taste, smell, anything.
When is your
So-
next tasting? So that, do you have anything on the calendar coming up at all?
We do. So just booked yesterday. So
Okay.
in Webster, Mass, at the Rose Room Cafe, we will be there on February 15th. It's a Saturday. And we should be continuing over there almost every third Saturday, I think, for the rest of the year.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Oh,
that
wow.
is an amazing little cafe
Great
over there as
spot,
well.
yeah.
So
And that's in where in Massachusetts, did you say?
Webster.
Webster. Okay, so that's like an hour, right, from here?
Yep, worth the trip though. Totally worth the trip.
Beautiful
An hour.
ride.
That's nothing. We're
Yeah.
in New England.
Yeah.
You drive an hour and
Exactly.
you're in 3
25
different
minutes
states.
from
my
yeah,
house to go
I
anywhere.
know. It's
Yeah.
not a big deal for... That's not a big deal at all. Well, Bill McMullen and Brittany Brayman, thank you so much for being here. I have one more question, and that is, what made you take the plunge? Do I have time? I have 2 minutes. Okay. What made you take the plunge into the CMOS world? Like, why wasn't it brownies? And why wasn't it some other food product? Why CMOS?
You know, growing up, I was big into my fitness and nutrition. One of my main idols was Jack LaLanne. And Jack
Oh, yeah.
LaLanne,
I remember
you know, his saying, exercise is king, nutrition is queen, put them together, you have a kingdom. That was who I looked up to and idolized. I was a big time swimmer and cross country runner and just big into exercise, triathlons. So I would use my food as my fuel, and you can notice the differences when you eat certain things and you feel better off of other things. So along that journey has led me to realize that CMOS is nature's multivitamin. Used to take a lot of supplement multivitamins. They're full of fillers like magnesium
And this
stearate
has all
that
good
hinder.
stuff, right?
Oh,
If
very much.
you out there in Radio Land or YouTube Land, if you have more questions, these guys are a wealth of knowledge. They came in with pages of notes. I could have been here for 2 hours talking to them, and I wish I could have, but I can't. They also provide written information so that if you need to know what's in something, you want to make a plan, they're highly available, and you guys should have no problem finding them. So I'm going to have to sign off. This is Ruth Artunian Ellenboss, sadly. This time goes too... Matt, can you ask if I can get an hour?
I think we maybe.
Okay,
Maybe
all right.
next week.
All right, okay. So this is Ruth Artunian
great.
Ellenboss,
Yeah, sweet.
Ravings and Cravings, signing off here on Good Company, WILI.